Hey y'all, if y'all are new here, I'm Shayna and I'm reviewing Love Island USA Season 4, Episode 35. This episode, I just want to go straight to the end. It got good at the end, so it's real spicy. You definitely want to stay to the end of this video to find out exactly how this episode ended. It got really good and we're getting real close to the end of the season. So if you want to see all the content, I'm going to be reviewing everything all the way up to the last second. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you want to see more content like this. And let's get right into it. Jeff and Naja return from the hideaway, and Naja claims they didn't do anything. And, all of the couples always claim they don't do anything every time they come back from that hideaway. And some of them, I think, in my opinion, allegedly, that some of them been telling stories and telling tall tales. Now, I do kind of believe Naja because I don't think she likes Jeff. So that's why I don't think they did anything, because she don't like him. But she's trying to convince the girls in the dressing room that she does. And she tries to convince anyone that will listen that she likes them, including herself. So we move on. Deb is venting to Zeta about Jesse. And suddenly she hears her mom's voice. And so, we know that this is the parents/family episode. So they get to see the families and the parents. And Deb is super excited. She's always talking about her mom and her dad and her brother and apologizing every time she has to do something kinky. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, mom and dad and brother. So now we get to put faces to their names. They seem like they really like Jesse, and they were giving them some advice about, communication, and it takes work to be, a real couple. So they seem like they're rooting for them. Jesse's mom and grandmom hop on, and, they seem to like Deb as well. And they said either way, he let them know that he asked her to be his girlfriend and got rejected. And they said either way it goes, you're the sugar honey iced tea regardless. So don't worry about that. He's talking to Deb afterwards, and he's still very sad about being rejected. And I feel sad watching him. Like, I wasn't even feeling Jesse a little while back, but man, he was tugging at my heartstrings. I mean, you could tell he was genuinely and visibly upset, even though he tried to say it wasn't bothering him. Clearly it does, and no one likes to be rejected. So not a fun thing to watch at all. But I mean, let's be real. We know they ain't going nowhere after they leave the villa. Like, let's be honest. So Zeta sees her mom and her brothers, and Zeta's crying and her mom's crying, and goodness gracious, now I want to cry. Zeta's mom was saying the only time she cried was during the recoupling, when Zeta recoupled with Jeff. Mom said she wanted to turn the telly off. She was about to turn that TV off. She said, oh no. She knew right away that Timmy was Zeta's boy. And Zeta made a cute, comment. And she said she wasn't going to step forward for anybody. Her mom told her don't do it, for fear of rejection. But she said she felt God pushing her shoulders and saying, go, this is your guy. And from day one, I liked them. I could tell they were really into each other. Someone else had stepped forward for Timmy, but he said no, he's going with Zeta. And that was the right decision. So Timmy's sister hops on, and, his parents weren't able to join, but the sister said that they gave their stamp of approval. She was complimenting Zeta. Zeta was complimenting her. They're both very beautiful ladies. So I could tell that, good genes run in Timmy's family. And, I don't know if it would go there, but they would make some beautiful babies. So Phoebe is up next. And her mom calls her like a dang on dog. Phoebe, girl, come here, girl. I'm like, what? Does your mom really talk to you like that? And really, I'd be like, Mom, what? I ain't no dog. But her parents look great. I mean, they look good. Like her mom, I see where, she gets her looks from. They really do look really good. They didn't hardly say anything about Chad, but it seems like they approved. They didn't have much to say. They just got together like the other day. So, Chad's parents look alike and have similar names. They say hi to Phoebe. Their brother, his brother and sister jumps on. They say hi. They say, y'all are going at the pace y'all need to be going. Y'all having fun with it. And that's what this was about. So everyone seems fine. They just got together. We know this ain't nothing serious. So then we have a serious couple, Sydney. Sydney's mom and sister are next. Isaiah is nervous because of everything they've been through. He's nervous about what they're going to say. So Sydney's mom she defended Isaiah right away. She said, I'm going to let you know about that natural beauty comment that came out with the Twitter game. He did say that he liked Phoebe's natural beauty, but he wasn't comparing you to Phoebe. He just gave Phoebe a compliment. That was it. That was all. He wasn't mentioning you. He didn't say anything about you. I don't believe that the tweet said that he that he did mention Sydney. I just think that they're speculating that, they don't think Sydney's 100% natural. So why would you tell Phoebe, I like your natural beauty, point blank, period? Just say you look beautiful and leave it if that's how you feel. But that's just my thoughts. I don't know. But I like that, her mom was defending Isaiah, which lets us know that she likes Isaiah. So that's why she's defending him. And she said she's glad he came to his senses after Casa Amor. Like, what were you doing? And everybody was wondering the same. So, yeah, it didn't take him long to realize that he messed up. And sometimes, he's young, and sometimes you need that, to the wake-up call, snap back and realize what you're about to lose. Thank goodness he didn't lose it. So his family jumps on, and they're so excited to meet Sydney that his little baby sister, who looks maybe between 6 and 8, she had the red streaks in her hair. She had, a little few highlights to honor Sydney, and she thinks Sydney's so beautiful. And that just, if that didn't, give Sydney a little reassurance, then, I don't know what will. That was really sweet. And Isaiah's mom confirms that, she definitely thinks he loves her, the way he looks at her and everything. They haven't seen that before. So she's giving Sydney the confirmation she needs that Isaiah does really love you. Moving on, Jeff's family, they jump on and say hi. Jeff's father was like, we just want to know Naja's really for you. Like, if she's really here, is she really about you? Because he know what we know. She ain't. And, we don't know what her type is, but we just don't think it's Jeff. And so Jeff goes and says something to her. And he's like, yeah, my dad was having like second thoughts about you or concerns. And I'm like, why did you say that? Like, dad didn't want to be put on the spot like that. So, he tried to like downplay it a little bit, but we know what he know. He knows something ain't right. So Naja's family jump on. They don't say much. But she does, they were just like, okay, yeah, sure, we approve. That's what you like. They said Naja's a good catch. But it's like, what do you like about Jeff? Do you like Jeff? So Naja tells her mom, and she's explaining to them that she really likes Jeff. And here we go again, pouring it on super thick to really try to convince herself at this point that she likes this man. So, all the families, I believe all the families met. So Deb goes off and she tells Jesse she wants to fight for their relationship. And I'm like, girl, what are you talking about? And why? What? Just like kind of let it die down. Like, now you're saying it so much, but what you're not saying is, you know what? I want to be your girlfriend. Like, let's just be boyfriend and girlfriend right now. If you ain't saying that, then girl, just hush. Because nothing else you saying is going to make him feel any better or any less rejected at this point. Naja is concerned about Jeff's dad's concerns, and she's like, she thinks it's because of Casa Amor. Like, why would he be saying that? It makes her feel away. In the middle of them talking, Isaiah gets a text to meet at the fire pit, and we know what that means. So the Islanders are going to decide which couple will be dumped from the island. I, of course, think it should be Chad and Phoebe because they've been here long enough. Every single time I'm ready for them to leave, and every single time they don't leave. They're not even doing anything right now, and I still want them to leave. Like, why are they here? So, they're deliberating. They're trying to figure out who's gonna eliminate who. Jeff and Naja have a little conversation, a sidebar when they're talking, and Naja was saying that she thinks they're linking up, like they clicked up in there, and all the originals is gonna try to vote for Chad and Phoebe. Because they've been there since day one. That could play a part, but it's also because Chad and Phoebe need to go. Like, they just need to go. Phoebe only latched on to Chad because she needed somebody to latch on to. They're not, it's not like it's not legitimate and they're just doing it out of spite or just because they like Deb and Jesse better. They really are the weakest link. Even with Deb and Jesse, not being an actual couple, like they still are stronger, I think, than Chad and Phoebe. Chad and Phoebe have nothing going on. There's no talks about them being a couple outside of the villa, nothing. So then we figure out who eliminates whom. Chad and Phoebe pick Deb and Jesse. Zeta and Timmy pick Phoebe and Chad. Deb and Jesse pick Phoebe and Chad. Naja and Jeff pick Deb and Jesse. And Jeff gives a long spiel about people, being fake in the house. And how did we get here? Like, relax. Let's see what the final thought is going to be. Isaiah and Sydney are left with a tiebreaker. It would have been funny if they picked somebody else and then it's like, now who's going to go? But they did pick Phoebe and Chad, so I can see how it maybe could look that way. We're not there all the time, so we don't see what they see, 24/7. But from what I see, this is the way it should go. And maybe the newbies are linked up as well, if we want to say that, because it seems like the new people try to keep each other in the house. We know Naja and Phoebe just ended up being best of friends out of thin air. So Jeff goes on a tangent, says he thinks the day one couples are buddy-buddy. But, we know we the people been wanting them to go. He calls everybody fake. And then, he's going back and forth with Zeta. So, of course, naturally, Timmy steps in because, he's talking to his lady. And he's trying to explain, why they picked Phoebe and Chad. And Jeff is talking all over top of him. And he getting all close. Like, he ready to, how the guys get, like, shoulder to shoulder. Like, they're ready to fight. And Timmy is like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, it's not even that deep. Like, I'm trying to talk to you. Like, relax. So he caused a big old scene, and it was just corny AF. Corny. And honestly, Jeff better be glad that he's still there, because him and Naja could go too. Honestly, we really know bottom line is going to come down to Zeta and Timmy and Sydney and Isaiah, because nothing else makes sense. So what are you even doing all this for? Worry about yourself at this point. So, they're going on, like, Phoebe and Chad are trying to say bye to everybody, and he kind of just, like, got in the way. And now, instead of us remembering their exit, we're just going to remember Jeff acting a fool out here. So, Naja apologizes to Timmy because Jeff did the most. Jeff got upset with Naja because she apologized to Timmy, but she did not come and check on him and make sure he was good. I do see his point. I see his point, because if he was doing something really off of the strength of what you said, you wanted your homegirl to say, and you felt like they was clicked up, and he said, you don't even got to worry about it, I'll say something. Now, we might not like the delivery, but he did just that. I mean, if you're in a couple with him, I feel like, yeah, maybe you should have at least checked on him first and made sure he was good. Nothing wrong with giving an apology to Timmy. But she didn't say anything to Jeff. I guess she was waiting for him to kind of calm down, because he was a little, emotional and seemed a little irate. So he said F Naja, and he storms off, like, before Phoebe and Chad even walk out the door. They didn't even leave the villa, like, or get their suitcases yet. So he storms off and causes a scene. Phoebe and Chad leave. Jeff is more upset about it than Phoebe and Chad, which is funny. So they go to sleep, everybody goes to sleep, and Jeff and Naja sleep in separate beds, which is not a good sign. It's too early, and y'all's not even official relationship to be doing this. So the next morning, Naja vents to Zeta about Jeff, basically saying in so many words that he's insecure. He, like, almost accused her. He pretty much was accusing, like, Timmy of wanting her, and of her, like, flirting with Timmy because she apologized. And she's like, I can't even talk to the guys in the house. Like, these are our friends. We live together, and you're jealous of every time I talk to a guy. Like, you can't act this way. And we know why he's insecure. His dad making that comment didn't help at all. I mean, him with the Casa Amor situation, and she always had her eyes on somebody else, and she low-key kind of just settled for him because he was really into her. And there, he knows he was more into her than she was into him, and his dad making that comment didn't help at all. So yeah, he's feeling insecure. But come on now, Timmy, like, Zena, like, come on now. We're at the very end. There's nobody else coming in, nothing. Like, he just gotta just play it cool. Like, he didn't apologize or anything. it was kind of funny because they were matching, but she pulls Jeff and she tells him how she's feeling, and she's like, you're projecting with your insecurities, and kind of making it seem like this is not the first time they've had to have this type of conversation. So she breaks up with him. He's just saying, he acts this way because he's afraid of getting hurt. And she said she's afraid of getting hurt too, but she's not dealing with these red flags, and she dumps him. And, they self-eliminate. They tell everyone that they're leaving, and they leave the villa. And as they're walking out, Naja just has a big old smile on her face. Like, she's happy with her decision. She's content. I think she realized she's not getting the money, so she don't got to fake it till she make it no more. We knew they weren't going to make it and win the money, so let's not act like this is so devastating. I was just so shocked that they self-eliminated. Like, we are really down to the bottom 3, but let's just go ahead and say we down to the bottom 2. Because when they left, Deb and Jesse should have been like, you know what? We right behind y'all. Let's go get our bags too. Like, let's leave as a group. We can go as a unit. Like, we might as well just go ahead and head on out as well, honestly. But I wonder if Phoebe was still there. Even if Jeff and Timmy got into it, like what she had said. Like, I feel like her homegirl left and she was like, well, look, I'm out. Ain't nothing else for me to be pretending for no more. So I'm glad we have all the OGs as the official finalists. The final couples are the OGs. So who do y'all think will win? Let me know in the comments. Is it going to be Zimmy? Is it going to be Isaiah and Sydney? Let me know who y'all think. I am kind of nervous because, of course, I wanted to be Zeta and Timmy, but I'm not sure. Like, what are y'all thinking? Go ahead and let me know. And again, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video. Share all the Love Island videos with people who love Love Island as much as we do. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.